guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you with Frieren, episode 16.
Yes. Last episode, the group met a father who had recently lost his heir, firstborn son, and his son looked exactly like Stark, and he wanted his people to keep a good spirit, you know, to still be happy and stuff, because they needed to rebuild their defenses. So he asked Stark to learn for 3 months good etiquette and to pretend to be his son during a soiree that he attended with Frieren. So both of them went through the etiquette training thing, and they danced together.
Both of them went through hell for one night.
Yeah. What was interesting last episode was that this father came from the same village as Stark, so he raised his son in a similar way that Stark was raised with his own father, and they both kind of had to... They had a deja vu situation where the father saw Stark kind of like not a replacement for his son, but almost. And Stark kind of like had a deja vu of his own family back then and his relationship with his father. And even though he can't redo that, he still has a chance to make it up to Eisen, who was there as his father figure so for so many years. So there's still time there, so take that time and do things right. It was beautiful. And Sein also proved himself, facing a giant flower.
He's a part of the team now.
Yes.
Truly.
So now the group is on its way to other adventures. Let's jump in this episode and see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes. Sorry about my English, I can speak today. And yeah, let's jump in this one.
Let's go, guys.
We don't need a rogue, an assassin, anything. We need a fisherman. Oh no, okay, it's Sein as a kid.
Oi, Sein! 俺たちの写真撮ってくれるってよ。写真?
Maybe we'll find him this episode?
Hopefully.
Or we'll find out he's dead.
いいから来いって!
To be fair, every introvert kind of needs an extroverted friend like this to make them do stuff.
I really, really, really hope that his friend is still alive.
Oh, he still has it. See, photos are important.
本当に強い戦士なのか
？400年近く村を守ってきたドワーフだからね。私の長寿友達、話がしたくてね。
シャレになってねえぞそれ。
フリーレン様と昔の話ができるような人ってこんな寄り道があってもいいかもしれません。
And we're not saying it's funny. It's a friend going to meet a
1
friend.
週間までですよ。
Yeah, we cannot stay for a decade. Sorry.
It's a good thing we're there to remind her. It's Get. And now she's accepting his help more and more. They're chatting. They're happy. Last episode did some good.
They dance together.
フォルジかっこいいでしょ。
So cool.
老戦士ってレベルか
So what? He has some vécu, some experience. Oh
ロ
god.
ボじゃねえか
フリーレンだよ。
If we go with him to reminisce about the past and he
ま
doesn't
だボケと振
remember.
り続けているの。
Oh, he's pretending. Okay, okay. There's a lot we can learn from him.
魔族にもこれが一番効く。防御を意識できなければ致命傷を負う。わしが剣を抜いていたら。
Okay, we are gonna stay here a bit. We're learning from him.
Maybe not a decade,
But that's why he pretends to be old and see. Well, he is old, but senile. People won't, you know, expect anything.
待ってフリーレン
I can walk.
歩けない
Stay with him. Learn.
ついでに稽
I
古しても
agree.
らいな。
You have a lot to learn from
He'll
him.
get flashbacks from Eisen.
10年泊まりたいから仕事紹介して。
No.
フリーレン様。わかったよ。
Oh,
Aww.
fine.
2 weeks. 5 months. 2 years.
依頼を引き受けてくれる人がいなかったから助かったよ。フォルジーさんに友人がいたとはな。
He acts half the time like he doesn't remember them anyway.
猛録したじいさんだ。会話すらままならない。村を魔物や魔族から守ってもらっているが、守り神みたいなもんさ。
It'll hurt when he dies. Is it Star carrying him?
On
With
the
the
rock.
rock he's on too. Come on, man. It's for your own good. Oh shit! He's old, but he's capable. And it's nice to see Frieren so happy.
1週
In
間
general?
あっという間だね。
He's an old friend.
シュタルクはどう？
そこそこ良くなった。
楽しい時間だったよ。感謝しているんだよ。私がヒンメルたちを知る機会をくれたから。
フォルジーはなんでこの村を守っているんだ？人はどうでもいいことに命をかけない。
妻の愛した村を
That's sweet.
人間だった。
Flam!
It looks like her a little bit, but no, it would be.
果たしているに
So she died years ago.
Okay, no. She might okay, never mind, never mind.
顔も
It's
声
been too long.
眼差しも伝わらん。わしだけの思い出だ。滑稽な話だろう。死者との約束を
No,
守
it
っている。
matters. Those people are never completely forgotten, as long as you remember them in a certain way.
でもきっとその人は
Like the promise keeps her alive in your heart.
お前はいい勇者だ。魔王を打ち倒すだろう。平和な時代が訪れるのをわしが未来に連れて行ってやろう。
そこまでしてもらう必要はないかな。僕のパーティーには
They'll remember.
るほど長生きせんぞ。
フリーレンの役目だな。彼女が未来に連れて行ってくれる。
Dude!
そうだろ？
Yeah.
別にいいけど。
Fine, I guess, but yeah. Just like he did.
仲間に恵まれたな。
じゃあ後でフリーレンにイケメンポーズ集を見せないと。
Yeah, that part of him they never changed.
無理にやめようかな。
Maybe I won't remember you.
イケメンポーズ集はいらなかったかな。
But you remembered them.
その
So
勇
she
者の
did see
顔
them.
は覚えているか。
当たり前でしょ。
声は
That could change.
全部覚えている。知ろうとしたきっかけだよ。きっかけと同じで。
そうか。わしはもう思い出せない。
Maybe she will too.
眼差しも大切な何かのために。
And when you live a long
フジ
time.
は冗談がうまいね。
お前たちの旅の目的地は
魂の眠る地。
それはどこだ。
魔王城がある場所だよ。
ついに魔王を倒しに
No,
行
it's
く
been
のか。
done.
Yes, and
I think he's just.
フォルジー、魔王はもう。
She keeps saying, "Oh, you're joking, you're joking." She doesn't take him seriously, but he was not lying. He was not pretending.
私が未来に連れて行ってあげるからね。
another one of her friends gonna die soon.
悪くはないな。お前に会えてよかった。
80年前も同じこと言っていたよ。
This might be it, though.
For real this time. Oh, I think he's
じゃあね
dead.
フォルジー。
フリーレン、
Okay, no. Could have been.
妻の夢を見た。
Oh.
昔話をしたおかげかもしれんな。
それじゃ。
She's still alive in there. I mean, it's not an up-to-date photo, so I don't know. Like,
No, I did not see a kid with those hair.
with that
旅
hair.
の目
With
的
that hair, yeah.
覚えているだろ。
ぽいお姉さんと旅をする
No.
確かにそっち
That too?
だが俺の旅の目的はこっちだ。合流することだ。
写真か。
It's like done with magic too, sort of.
When did say
村
a
に来た
mage?
魔法使いに撮ってもらったんだ。
足取りはつかめているの？
今までも目撃情報があった。問題ないだろうな。
It has been 10 years, so
10年前だろ。情報が残っている
名前が特徴的だからな。
な。なんて名前なんだ？
戦士
gorilla, gorilla warrior. Really? Okay.
A stage name, right?
本名は？
What's his real name?
本名
本当に親友だったのか。
戦士ゴリラって呼んでたしな。あいつがそう呼ばせていた。
Okay.
どういう状況なの？
僧侶顎ひげ。
聞いてねえよ。
That leaves less of an impression.
戦士ゴリラって名前だけ分かれば十分だ。どうせ必ずそう名乗る。
Kind of like when you make up your email address when you're
Yeah.
like 10 and then you're stuck
Yeah.
with it.
ゴリラって名乗る人来なかった。
戦士ゴリラ様ですね。
Hey.
It worked?
わかるんだ。
退治してくださいました。
どこに向かったか分かるか。
どうでしたかな。高台に住んでいる頑固ばあさんと仲が
An
良か
older
ったようなので。
頑固ばあさん。またす。
Maybe they need a nickname too. One for Stark, one for Frieren, and one for
頑固
Frieren.
でのそう簡単に教えられん。
どうすればいい。
Now, she looks like a stubborn old woman.
いくつかこなしてもらおう。鍛冶屋のナーゲルに
Side
手紙を
quests.
届けてもらおうかの。
That's the first task. Then she'll have another, and another, and another.
全然心開かねえぞ。
さすが頑固ばあさんなだけあるな。
半日くらいで打ち解けているはず
How
な
long
の
has
に
it been?
不器用な人しかいませんからね。
最後だ。英雄の像を磨くんだ。遥か昔に世界を救ったとされる。
Said to have saved the world. It's slowly turning into legend.
忘れられた英雄さ。
Or it's
It
not
hasn't been
us.
that long.
僧侶あごひげだろ。
なん
Yeah.
で知ってるんだ？
Talked about you.
ついたよ。
僧侶と戦士。
Hey,
Hey, it's a craft,
yeah.
craft team.
なんだかザイン様とゴリラ様に似ていますね。
Or not.
Yeah, it is craft.
見覚えがあるね。クラフト。
Yep, yep, okay. The hairstyle is similar to his friend.
It hasn't been that long since Emel's team has been dead with their what we accomplished.
But eventually it'll be her statues that people will not remember. Like, I don't know who it's about.
この人はクラフトって名前なんだな。こっちは。
知らない。
そうか。この像は。
クリだろ？
It's true, it looks like him a lot.
誰も名前すら覚えちゃいねえ。こうはならね
Given time, people will forget about you
え。
though.
忘れられない英雄になる。
Everyone can be forgotten eventually, but... And then again, people remember Flam.
いつかは忘れ去られます。と魔王を倒した勇者ヒンメルも。
That's why we need people like Frieren to carry on their memory.
さすがに無理な話だ。
I mean, we do remember people like Alexander the Great and other people from way longer than the...
戦士ゴリ
Way
ラ。
before.
Yeah.
俺は今日からそう名乗る。
Crazy name that people get to remember.
名前のインパクトは大事だろ？
確
I mean, it's been working.
ではあなたは僧侶。
Of course it came from him.
I don't even have a goatee.
Yet.
いいな。
But then they said they looked like them, so that's why maybe he was...
あごひげ。
Exactly. And to be fair, it's true. It does look good on him.
やっと終わった。
I do wonder who that
大
was.
変だったぜ。
ゴリラにも同じことを頼んだが、ここまでうまくはできなかった。
戦いしか取り柄がない。
名前のインパクトはバッチリだったよ。
We can laugh, but it works.
ゴリラはあんたのこと、一緒にずっと歴史に名を残すような。
Goatee priest.
Did she have anything else to say? No?
ゴリラの行き先分かった？
テューは
オイサーストとは反対方向だね。
So what do? We can't separate.
どうしたもんかね。
Let's go there.
I mean, we have time. Maybe we can... I mean, it's far away. We can change our plans, right? We're still going north.
Mm-hmm.
But then maybe it's not about what Frieden, Fern, and Stark do. Maybe it's about him deciding not to follow him into this town and keep with his group. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know where he is. It's been 10 years. Following this path could lead to nothing. And he'd go back home with a lot of regrets still. Maybe the best decision is to stay with this group, live the dream he had with his friend to become a hero.
I mean,
and-
it's still gonna be an adventure if they go to Thor instead of Oberst.
Yeah, but the plan is to go to Oberst. Yeah, anyway, that place, and it's in completely different directions. So, and the way he says like, what am I gonna do? Is because now he's basically balancing. He's seeing like what do you do? Like, do you follow the path of your friend on your own, knowing it's been a long time and potentially there's nothing there? Or even if there's something there, you're still gonna keep searching and you're wasting time, like you're doing nothing. Or do you keep with your new friends, do the adventure that you said you were gonna do, and basically follow the dream that your friend and you had all these years ago, and still live with the chance of meeting him? Like, we don't know where he is. He could have come back over there. I don't know. It's just now he has a direct path that he can follow. We'll see. Next episode, potentially. But, yeah, so who do you want to talk about? Well, I mean, we were already talking about Sein, so... The idea that every big hero gets forgotten with time is kind of true, but then again, it is also true that some big names are remembered for years and years.
If you had done something big in your lifetime and you do have a memorable name or nickname like Alexander the Great,
Yes,
Ivar the Terrible or something.
Yes, but think about one thing though. The world that we know is not that old. Their world, Frieren is like 1,000 years old, and she was told by Kraft that she was young compared to him. He's older than that. Our world, starting from, like, we're in the year 2024. Yes, there were years before that, but still, our world...
name of ancient pharaoh.
No, but
like Tutankhamun.
humanity evolved pretty recently, honestly, if you think about it, in terms, in when you compare it to their world. 2,000 years ago, in this world, is not that long ago. And in our world, it's basically most of our evolution that we can still talk about today.
Yes,
you know, like that we have recorded completely. Before that, we have some stories, we have names that we remember, but the more we go back, the less we remember. And honestly, humanity is not that old. In this world, it sounds like humanity, or at least the people that the creatures, the races, elves and stuff, like they've been around for way longer. And even then, they don't remember the names of those that were there. Like when Kraft was around, we don't know who the other guy is. And if we think about our world, our history, 6,000 years ago, can you name one person that lived there? Like, no, we don't know. Like humanity was not that developed back then. We don't, like, we have some names of philosophers from back in the day and stuff, but it's names here and there, theories, stories, like we're not really sure. It's mentions, the speculations. Memory gets lost over time. Even the big names, in a couple thousand years, you know, we might not remember them. Humanity might not remember them. Again, like I said, today we remember names from back in the day, Plato, Socrates, like stuff like that, Alexander the Great. All these names, we still sort of remember them, but we don't actually remember them. We have stories about them, we have scriptures about them because we wrote it down. But still, the more we go back, the less we know about these people, the less we know about what they did, and the more we forget. So eventually, everyone gets forgotten. At least in this show, it's true. Everyone gets forgotten. And the statues of Kraft is still around, so that's why we remember him. But the guy next to him, we don't know anything about him. And if he's dead, Kraft might be the only one who remembers. And unless he shares that memory with someone else, he's gone. He's dead. And years in the future, the same will happen to Frieren and Himmel's statue, potentially. People, like, if Frieren dies and no one is around that remembers her, eventually this memory will fade also.
Oh, those used to be heroes who saved us, or so people are saying, but we're not sure. We're not for sure, 100% for sure about that.
I mean, unless they do what I just said about our world, the only way we get to remember them is if either someone back then shares the memory and that memory gets shared over and over like fucking clockwork. Like we still remember to share that story, or we write about it. Like Flam has been gone for a long time, but her writings are still around, even though it's fake.
The whole reason why we do remember about people from antiquities like Alexander the Great, Pharaoh, is because we have writings about what they accomplished in their times.
Like I compare it to our world, I'm saying like the more we go back, the less we remember. But we're still really lucky to have those writings. Again, I think it's in this show a few episodes ago we talked about the burning of the library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
And how a lot of humanity's history was lost in that. And there's so much we could know maybe today if that had not happened. But that's the thing, when you write it down, there's a chance something like that will happen that will make humanity forget. Humanity's memory is so fragile, we don't know what's going to happen. And yes, everyone is at risk of being forgotten, even if they save the world at one point. That's why Frieren is so important, because since she lives so long, if she carries the memory of the people that she's met, she gets to keep them alive in a way. In some sort of way. Even like, and that's the thing, now I'm going to talk about her friend that we met in the beginning of the episode.
Yes,
but
speaking about memories, I completely thought that it was
I really thought he was gonna die.
But
I mean, I don't know.
But the timelines does not align if it is Flam.
He's
So
really
it's
old,
not.
but Flam should have been around longer
He's
than that.
like 400 years old.
But yes, she was around. I mean, I don't know when. Frieren is about 1,000 years old, but it's implied that Flam was there when she was young still, so she would have been there way
she was
before.
human, so she's not his wife.
But it did look like her.
I mean, just the hairstyle a bit, yeah.
But still, this guy is a testament. Like, he basically shows you what happens to memory. You live a long time, but everything fades. Frieren could also go through that. Like, I don't know how it goes with elves, but the older you get, the less you might remember. So you need to entertain this memory. You need to remember it as much as possible. Keep it alive in any way possible, because eventually stuff will fade. But again, is it really important, like, to not remember someone's eyes, someone's face, someone's hair color, as long as you keep what matters to them alive? The promise he made to his wife. He still defends the village even if he doesn't remember her. He kept her alive in some sort of way. And then Frieren came back. They reminisced about the past. They talked about memories, and he dreamt about her. So she was still there. Deep down, her memory was still there. He kept her alive by keeping his promise, because even though you don't remember someone, or at least their image fades in your mind, that person mattered to you then, and that person still matters to you now.
Would you say that what's more important is the physical appearance about who you used to know and who you used to love?
It's the essence of
or what they represent to you and their personality and what they who they used to be as a person.
The essence of someone. Frieren is definitely going to have to go through that, because the longer she lives, the more she's at risk of forgetting what people look like. That's why Himmel left so many statues behind, because it's a reminder.
You're gonna remind my beauty marks on my face and my angelic figure.
Yes, but it was a way for her to not feel alone in the future, and later on, I don't know, like I said, I don't know how an elf's memory could fade, or if it fades, but what if, just like that old man, that old dwarf, she starts forgetting what they look like? She'll have the statue to remember them, but she will be the one carrying those memories, because everyone else will forget. But since she's met them, she's known them, she can put a name on the statues, she can put a name to the stories, and she can bring actual truth, because it's another thing. She said before, people like to remember heroes a certain way. What is written is fake. Flam's writings are all fake. She's the one that knows where the true book is, and she's the one that truly knew Flam. But the writings that she finds everywhere, the books that she finds, they're all fake. And the stories that are told about Himmel, like the sword of the hero's sword and stuff, they're all not true, because people remember an idea, they don't remember the person. And that's like, there are two types of memories. There's the story told about the hero, and there's the actual person behind the name.
True, but also the fact that memory is so fleeky sometimes that someone could say, like, 50 years ago one thing about important figures, and years and years and years people just forget stuff and just come back with other memories, you know?
No, but like
the
you
truth
keep
change
talking
over
about
time.
you keep talking about like Alexander the Great.
Not Alexander.
We don't know who he was as a
general.
person. We don't know who he was as a person. We don't know these figures as people. All we know is the stories, and we have no idea how much truth there is in those stories. In this show, it's kind of the same. Humanity might remember, like they'll see the statue, they'll be like, oh, that used to be a hero, he saved the world. They might forget the name. If it's written, they'll remember the name, but they never knew the person. They don't have the essence of the character. Frieren is there for that. She'll remember the essence. And if eventually the name gets forgotten, the face gets forgotten, the whatever gets forgotten, as long as she remembers the essence of the person, what that person was about, what mattered to that person, the person is still alive through her. And that's important. It was really sad though. It felt like she was like, oh, you keep joking, you're joking and stuff, because she truly did not believe that this guy was going to forget. I guess for her, it did not make sense. Like, she has been through so much, she has lived many years, and she remembers people that she meets, and now here is this friend that whenever she comes back, he's there, he's not dying, he's still around. So for her, it's logical to say like, well, I mean, you've been there, so of course you remember, but memory doesn't work like that. it's a realization that, oh shit, that you literally are a walking testament to what happens to memory. And she's seeing it with her own two eyes. You've been there. I know you've been there. I was there with you. But now I'm witnessing you forget. And it is sad. But instead of it being a shock that, freaks her out, she smiled and she was like, yep, you know what? Now I'm realizing you're not going to be around forever. Memory fades. People fade. But I keep going and I'm going to keep you with me. It's really, really sad. It's really, really beautiful. And that old man is going to die for sure. He's
not going to be there when she comes back.
Apparently he said that 80 years ago. She was like, last time she was there 80 years ago, he said like, oh, it's such a great thing that you were there with me at the end of my life. And he's still around.
But I mean, they just said that dwarves are supposed to live like for
300 years.
300 years, and it's been 400 years
He
him.
won't die. So that's why she's like, you keep joking. But eventually it will happen.
Yeah.
That's why you need to be there, meet them.
One day it won't be a joke anymore.
Yeah. And then when they're gone, you keep their memory alive through, stories that you tell people, sharing the name, putting names on statues when people don't know. Now, like, she literally, Sein was seeing the statue of the two that inspired him and his friend to become adventurers, and Frieren finally put a name to craft. That's beautiful. That would not have happened if he had not met her, but she kept him alive because she met him, and now she gets to make his legacy carry on. That's good. Anyway, beautiful episode. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if not, we're gonna see you next time for next episode.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.